So since we came into the new year, we've been experiencing, by we I mean Nigerians, have been experiencing a lot of issues when it comes to cash.
Since the Central Bank of Nigeria extended the January 31st, 2023 deadline for swapping old Naira notes for new ones, Nigerians have had to live with a new problem. They are cash strapped.
Now, why is this an issue? Nigeria is a predominantly cash-based economy, and the Central Bank of Nigeria actually placed an order with limiting cash withdrawal limits and telling everybody to go and look for new notes.
This is eNaira local government area in Sokoto State in northwest Nigeria, on the border with the Republic of Niger. And here, due to the cash scarcity, the Naira has been swapped for France-backed CFA.
They redesigned the currency and only injected a few notes into the economy. So right now, there's an issue. A lot of people are queuing in banks. A lot of people are, I don't know, there's just a lot and lots of headache, which is not going to be my headache in this video. It's going to be someone else's headache. So I invited my Oga, Yinka Awosanya. He's a data and research lead at Techpoint Africa. So Techpoint Africa's Intelligence by Techpoint is our data and research arm. So Yinka is leading that initiative. So he has some interesting points to address today. Yinka, thank you for coming to this show.
Thank you for having me. First time here, right?
Yeah, first time here.
Okay, I'll see how it goes.
How does it feel?
Oh, well.
Hope the light is not...
Yeah, the light is, I'm a vampire, so I just trying to adjust the light.
Yeah. Okay, so first things first, what's your take on the whole cash debacle so far, so good?
Well, aside the joke that, yes, just take the old note and just add some color to it and everybody just move on. And yes, the idea, it's fine. But then the implementation, execution, how to get the cash, get the old cash, physical cash out of the system and bring in the new cash. It's just it's not so good at all. We didn't even see anything serious on the part of our CBN until probably like 2-3 weeks into the initial deadline. So.
The initial deadline was January 31st.
Yeah, January 31st. So it was just here and there. So yeah.
Okay. So far so good. The CBN has decided to give out this cash to banks.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Okay. Yes, this is one of the reasons why I said the implementation. Banks, yes, banks are all over the country, but then when you look at their penetration, there are some remote town that they don't have, as they don't like for them to get to the nearest commercial bank branch, likely spend 500, 8,000 naira just to get to a commercial bank branch. But say an agency banking person is just by the streets or the next street from them. The streets after my street, about 3 agency banking guys on my street, and that's someone that lives in Lagos. In my hometown in Ogun State, the same thing. In fact, in front of my aunt, there is someone who is a plug. I'll send money to her and just go there and pick up the cash. So that's that. So let's look at some figures first.
Okay.
So commercial banks have 4,400 branches all over the country.
4,400.
4,400.
Serving how many adults?
According to, so using in the last census we did was 2008, and according to that census, so 58.17% are above 15. 15 years of age and above. And using that figure for 2019 estimate that we did 117 million adults. So 4,400.
So you extrapolated that census data to get that population.
Yes. Okay. So 4,400 commercial banks
serving 119
adults. Though that 117 adults is not, because BVN figures as of February it's 56.7 million. Even though not all those 56.7 million are active. So give or take, say 60, 80% or more than that are active.
Okay, so let's work with the BVN number. So 56 million, 4,400 bank branches are serving 56 million BVN users right now. So that's like how many branches for how many million people?
It's the figure. It's you can't put something to it because that's number one. Now number two, you can say yes. Let's calculate and determine the number of customers that a single commercial bank is serving. Yes, we can do that one. But what about, so here on this our street, so there is one bank, there's another one. In fact, on this Towing street, I said Towing, Okpebi, there are about 4 banks. That's on Okpebi alone. If you go to Towing, okay, there's none on Towing. But on Allen, there is a lot of them. Now, my hometown in Ogun State, to get to the nearest bank, you are paying 300-400 naira.
So
that's go alone.
So even these 4,400 banks are concentrated in major cities.
Exactly. So take Lagos State for instance. Lagos State, of this figure, Lagos State had 1,291 bank branches, commercial bank branches alone. And then a state like Niger State had only 56.
Niger State?
Yes. Gombe has 30.
So where are these people supposed to get cash?
Jigawa has 29.
Okay, so I can understand why Lagos has many bank branches because of the supposedly large population, right? So
Lagos doesn't need that much, so to speak.
Okay.
But even when you say Lagos, there are some places that you go and there is no bank branches close to you. Even in Lagos. There are some places that you go, there is no bank branches close to you.
Yeah, like where I live. Even though you claim that it's not Lagos.
Yeah, we can say Lagos, but even you say Ogun State is still relatively not that remote. Ogun State has proximity to Lagos, so and is benefiting from its closeness to Lagos.
Yeah,
it's from here to Ogun State 30-20 minutes, depending on where you are going in Ogun State. So that's that.
Okay, so
and then hold on. So the initial plan with CBN is, it's only commercial bank branches that you can get the new notes. And what you are telling me is, so people living in communities that doesn't have proximity to commercial bank branches, what's their hope?
So they have to use 2K to withdraw 5K from agency banks. So you mentioned agency bank once or twice. Now, what's the data for agency banks compared to?
Way larger.
Okay.
Like way larger. So the agency figures that we got is over 1 million.
Over
about
million.
1.1 million agents. And that figure, it's not complete.
Agents, right?
Agents, yeah, agents. And that figure is not complete. When I say it's not complete, it's because we couldn't get the figures from all the players. In fact, as yesterday, I see make some calls to try and see the possibility of getting figures from 1 or 2 players in the industry.
So 1.1 and it's not complete.
And it's not complete. And this 1.1 is scattered. Okay, so for that one, so Niger had 56 commercial bank branches. And for agency banking, they have 11,200.
11,200 from 56.
From 56 commercial branches. And then 11,000 agents doing cash in, cash out. So now, and then the initial plan of the CBN is that it's only banks that should give out this cash. And now imagine if you're from the very beginning in it started in 3rd week of December. Imagine from that very week, agents have access to these new notes, and people can exchange their cash from them.
So I understand that part. Like from what I'm hearing now, it makes sense to have said, okay, give all these agents cash, let them help circulate. But it seems like the CBN is not looking to circulate cash. It's looking like they want to go cashless.
Yeah, it's fine. You want to go cashless, but Perfect. But it's a case of there's this Yoruba that says about how would I put it?
Sure, you picked can you guys interpret Yoruba?
So the Yoruba version is Ayangbe Ajadun. That roasted dog is sweet, but it's something that you are going to eat before you are done roasting that meat.
So you're going to have to eat
something
before
I'm saying, Emmanuel, stop eating meat, but then I'm not giving you anything to eat. I'm like, yes, in the next 2 years, so you start eating meat, but before then, there's nothing on the table for you to eat.
What about there's mobile money? There's
None of these things have that penetration.
Yeah. I think the telcos, the CBN dilly-dallied with them for too long. Like
I was telling someone recently that yes, we have smart cash, payment service bank, Nine Mobile also.
Yeah, 9PSB, Money Master, Momo. Yeah,
they came to the party late.
Oh, they were invited late.
Yes, they were invited late. The initial invite they got, which gave birth to the Airtel, MTN, when MTN partner with Access Bank, I think, to give one account like that.
So right now, mobile money has not penetrated enough.
Not really.
Transfers have not penetrated enough, and even those that use transfers is not reliable. So what will Nigerians eat till that time?
Which is the part of, yes, you do want people to go cashless, but then what are we doing before we go cashless? It's a different case if you are saying that there is a ₦1 trillion cash in circulation. I'm just saying there's a ₦1 trillion in circulation, and then we are taking out the ₦1 trillion in circulation, replacing it with another ₦1 trillion new note, and then say the first quarter you take like 50 million, and you are withdrawing it from circulation bit by bit. So as the notes become scarce, we are not just taking it at once. The last they said was 200 billion that was printed. According to some news reports, it said about 200 billion that was printed. And how, like, for a country that is predominantly cash based.
Okay, so don't you think this should have been, just to kind of round up here, don't you think this should have been an opportunity for the eNaira? Because eNaira has an app and uses USSD. I know I can see your face, but come on. I mean, I feel like, okay, yes, you invited telcos to the party and you left them to their own devices. No incentive. I mean, Olowe was talking towards the end of last year that CBN should make transfers free.
Yeah.
There's no incentive to use cashless methods, right? But shouldn't this have been an opportunity for the eNaira to explode? I mean, get physical Naira, use eNaira.
Okay. Yes, it's an opportunity, but not only for eNaira. So there is hardly any platforms in the last couple of years that does peer-to-peer, for instance, free peer-to-peer that I don't have an account with. When eNaira, a couple of months ago, I created eNaira out of curiosity. Like, let me just say, okay, I got 200 or 400 Naira free, like, welcome. I live in Lagos, and since then, I've not seen a use case to say eNaira accepted here. OPay does pay. In fact, there was a time OPay where it was giving QR codes to merchants. So the merchant will just, you just scan and you make payment. So back as 2019. Yes. So I went to the salon after I was done. Yeah, let me pay. Oga that will get the money is not around.
Yeah, who will see a lot?
Who will see a lot? I end up paying cash. Paga has been big as. So the last I went to one Amala joint on the island, and they have POS stuff like
is it Yakoyo?
No, it's not Yakoyo. It's a new Amala Sky.
Oh, Amala Sky.
It's not the. They said it's not the bad one. It's just a yeah, but that's how yeah. So I went there. So the only thing I saw aside from say POS and stuff was a beg.
A beg.
Like they put a beg that you can pay with a beg. The only thing why I did not use a beg that day was because one, I don't have enough money on my Abeg app at that particular point. If not, I would have just bring out my card and just use my card. But at the end of the day, when we say yes, let's go cashless, it's majorly card transfers. I mean, card transactions that we are majorly doing. I saw a video recently of a bus conductor holding POS. He was shouting where it was going, and I was saying POS.
Okay. So right now it's looking like okay, yeah, deed has been done. They didn't bring in. So is there any possible thing based on the data you have so far that you feel okay would be the best way forward? Just to round up.
Partnering with agency banking guys will solve most of the problem. Will make it available to the last person. Someone in the village that doesn't have access, like getting to a bank is about spending 1,000 naira to and fro. To get the 1,000 naira to even transport yourself, so you don't have it. And then it's a case of you don't accept good naira note. So where are you going to get the new naira note to transfer yourself?
To go and get the
new naira note. In Lagos, so there are branches, there are bank branches, but then you go there and they don't have cash. And that's Lagos, a city.
Okay.
To talk of, now go to states that are like.
Okay. This has been a fun session, but thank you, Yinka, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So yeah. Guys, you hear it. It seems Nigeria is facing a cash paradox. From
before, probably I just mentioned this. So, the figures that I've been quoting. So, we're working on. We're working on this. The Nigerian financial space, sponsored by Team Apps. Now Money Point. So, it will be out in. We're putting final touch to it, so it should be out in the next couple of weeks or say next month or thereabouts.
Okay, where can you find the report?
It's not out yet, but they can just subscribe to our newsletter and.
How do they subscribe to your newsletter?
To subscribe to the newsletter, I don't remember the URL.
Is it
intelligence.techpoint.africa?
You can see where to subscribe.
Yeah. You can see the subscription button there.
Okay. So you heard that, guys. The fintech report will be coming out. I think I mentioned it in last week's podcast. So there are lots and lots of juicy details about Nigeria's financial space. So regardless of where you work, but especially if you're in the Nigerian financial space or you're looking at working with anybody in the financial sector, this report is definitely going to be for you. And it was sponsored by MoneyPoint. They didn't sponsor this video, even though they sponsored the report. I have to call that out. But yeah.
Oh, well, I just have to.
They sponsored the report, and yeah, they've been one of the biggest players in the fintech space in Nigeria so far, and they're doing crazy numbers. But see you on the next one.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.